I know firsthand that obedience isn't always glamorous. It cost me comfort, control, and certainty because I went through a lot of trials from being obedient. The warfare was real from being obedient, but it also gave me clarity, it gave me purpose, and a front row seat to God's faithfulness. I realized then and there that God was asking me for complete submission and complete sacrifice. And I said yes. Remember, obedience is the new success, and your story is proof.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Called and Courageous podcast, created by host Meme Mulugeta, brought to you by the one and only publishing, absolutely fantastic Christian publishing company. Folks, this is an amazing opportunity for me. I'm so happy to be here. I get to be your guest host for the day. My name is Rory Paquette, and I am here with the founder and your regular host, who should be sitting in my chair today, but she's giving it up so that I can come in here and have a little bit of fun. Please welcome to the show our host, our founder, and our guest, Meme Mulugeta. How you doing, Mimi?
I'm doing so well. Thank you, Rory.
I love that smile. She's just like, oh, she's always happy. She's always just beaming. There's always this sunshine coming out of this lady. So, hey, thanks for coming on your show. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. We've
How
been
are you
talking.
doing, Rory?
Oh, I'm better than I deserve. Thank you for asking. I'm having a fantastic time. But I have a couple of weddings coming up, so I'm
so excited for
living
you.
life just smiling from ear to ear. I get to be the father of the bride one time, and then the father of the groom the next week, and that's all pretty good. Yeah,
That's
and let me
so
tell you, the father of the
exciting.
groom is the easiest job on the planet. It's really, really nice. You have no job, nothing to do. All right, but anyway, I digress. Mimi, we have been having a fantastic conversation here that's been ongoing, and we've been talking about publishing, about people bringing their books to life and bringing them into reality. One of the things that I wanted to kind of bring up with you today is it seems like people are very, how do I want to say this? Maybe a throwback mentality where as they're building their book and as they're talking about putting a book out into the world, they're looking at the book like the book itself is the final destination for what they're trying to get done. And that just really isn't the case. That's really looking at things from kind of a small lens, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And I think that when I started this company, I initially started it with that thought process, like the book was the end. Um, but then I realized there was a really big disparity between a person creating a book, launching their book, selling the book, and then it completely plummets after that, unless there's ongoing work that continues. So God has been so good where He has been able to show me where I fit in this whole process of book publishing, because I had no belief or understanding of why He wanted me to be the owner of a book publishing company. But He showed me that it was time for me to apply the skill set that I have and have cultivated over the many years working in corporate and working with multiple businesses, that your book is your business and you can turn your book into a business.
I love that. Turn it into a business of its own.
That's right.
The book serves so many purposes. It can be the business itself. You can monetize it by selling it and make money by doing that. You can advertise things. There's so many different ways to handle it. But just from the start, if you are in business for yourself, if you own your own company, if you own your own business, the book today is kind of like the new business card, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, yes. I read a few staggering statistics that a business owner that has a book is 74% more likely to be invited or to be asked to join anything when it comes to media. So, whether it's being a speaker, going on a podcast, or coming in for an interview with any type of media, 74% more likely to be invited. And then, in addition to that, there's a staggering statistic that it's 81% of people trust business owners who have a book. And these are decision makers that would be more willing to do business with you. So if you have a book and you own a business, you are positioning yourself in the best position possible, because now you have something that precedes you. And people trust people who have books.
I love that. It's something that precedes you.
Yeah,
The book itself gives you such a huge amount of credibility
that's
in
right.
your field and as an expert in your field. And is that because you have to know an awful lot about the field in order to like write a book about it?
Absolutely, yes. You have, if you're writing specifically about the framework of your business and you're putting it out there, you clearly have to know what your business is and what you want in your book to be able to really present yourself and present the book in a way that people want to read it. But I think it even goes a step further, that people get to know you when
Mm.
you write a book, and they know you before they decide to buy anything that you're selling or any service that you're providing. And that in itself is a huge like trust factor for individuals. Like for me, um when I wanted to start podcast, right? I was on your show, and I met you and I got to know you, and I told myself, well, I could go with someone I don't know who claims to be able to do all these things, or I could go to the person that I feel like I like. I like him. I think he's a cool guy, and I think he knows what he's doing. Um, so people tend to do business with people that they like, people that they know. And you, as a business owner, cannot be 1,000 places at once, but your book can precede you. It can be everywhere. In addition to that, it's a great sales tool to get the person in. So if a person is on the fence about you, give your book away for free. Say, "Hey, I'll send you my ebook. I'll send this to you for you to review." And that brings value to them before you even do business with them. And if it's a good book, people are going to say, if the book was this good, then I'm sure the business is even better. So
Love that.
so many benefits for a business owner to create a book.
Love it. And so we've talked a little bit here about why you want to have a book, and I think you've made it very, very clear. And there's so many reasons why that benefits you. Um, the book itself, however, is not really the end of the line. It's not just, well, I wrote a book, hopefully it will sell, and then we'll see if I make any money. The book itself is also an avenue towards starting so many other opportunities for income, for networking, for growth. Talk to that a little bit. What are some of those?
All right, before we dive back in, I want to pause for just a moment and speak to the author in you. That book on your heart isn't just an idea, it's an assignment. God didn't give you that story, that message, that testimony for it to stay locked inside of you. Someone is waiting for your obedience and your words. I'm here to walk with you step by step to bring it from vision to published reality. So don't wait for the perfect time, because the time is now. Let's be obedient together. Visit the one and only publishing.com and let's write your book. Now let's get back to the conversation. Yeah, there's so many ways your book can take you. A book can open up doors for you to be a speaker, if that's your passion, if that's your desire. Your book can open up doors for you to be a podcaster, if that's what you want. It could be a coach. You could be a person that starts a support group. You could be a person that creates a certification program. There's just so many doors that your book can take you, and it all really depends on what the purpose is for your book. So I always ask, why? Why are you creating this book? Oh, I just felt it in my heart to write this book, but why? Where did that come from? Why do you think God wants you to write this book? And that's the question that I ask, and I'm a little tough with that question, because if you can't clearly explain your why, first and foremost, the writing process is grueling and it's frustrating. So, if you don't know your why, you're going to quit in mid game, right? But the why is also important, because that why is the book and what's next. You
Ah,
know,
the
when
why
I
is
think
the
about
book
you,
and
Rory,
what's next. I like it.
yeah, when I think about you, Rory, when God told you to start a podcast, you did, right? But you know your why. You know that you're called to do this. So you didn't start one, you didn't start two, you didn't start three. How many do we have again?
I
You
was
got to
going to say,
remind me.
and now you're like, how many do you have at this point? Right. So I started 4 when you and I first started working together. You came on the 4th one, which was great. But then I started a 5th one too. So I have 5 now.
So you have 5 total,
Yeah.
but you didn't stop there because you know your why. You know what you're called to.
Right.
So next, you start teaching people to do
Mm-hmm.
podcasts, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's like when you realize what your why is, it gives you those tentacles to be able to expand yourself and to scale yourself. And your book is the beginning of the why, just like your first podcast was the beginning of your why. But the deeper you get into it and the deeper you commit to it, you realize, like, okay, my why is bigger than my book. And there's so much more I can do beyond that. And you get passionate about it. Do you ever get bored starting a new podcast or talking to a new person who wants to start a podcast? Like,
No way.
no way, because you're doing your purpose. You're living out your purpose. And that's
Yeah.
what we want to do at the One and Only Publishing. We really want to help people create kingdom businesses, really focusing on their why and helping them expand their why, making it so easy for them where they do not have any barriers to be able to get that why into the world and expand beyond their book.
Nice. Now, I know in one of our previous conversations, you had mentioned that, the One and Only Publishing likes to get involved right from the get-go. You like to come in and like right from idea and conception, let's start working together. Let's both get our hands on the Play-Doh, and start forming things. This sounds like something that you can help people with too. Can you kind of help them navigate this and find what's the best next step? If this is who I'm going after, if this is who I'm trying to serve, then maybe these are the best avenues for me to serve them through.
Yeah. We actually have a quiz that can
Oh,
give
wow.
you like if you answer the questions in the quiz, it asks you a few details about your book. It asks you what your skill is, what you like to do. All these things we take into account. And at the end, it will tell you exactly everything that you could explore to be able to expand your book beyond your book, like to actually take it to the next level. But you're right. I love this. Like when I spoke to my very first client that was interested in expanding their book into something else, my face absolutely lit up because this is what I genuinely enjoy. I love writing books. I love helping people like really live out their purpose of being obedient to the Lord. But I know that I've been placed here because I'm supposed to do this part. I'm supposed to help authors and other people turn their books into businesses, but kingdom businesses. Kingdom businesses means really living out your purpose and really following through with the why.
Love that. All right. So if I'm out here and I'm writing a book and I'm putting this all together and I'm wondering what the next step is, and I want to get involved with Meme and I want to get involved with the One and Only Publishing, how do I reach out to you? How do I find out more about your publishing company? Give me the deets, so to speak.
Absolutely. You can go on the oneandonlypublishing.com, and it's a number one to be able to just check us out, our website out and everything. And you could submit just or contact us, and then one of my associates or myself will be in touch with you. And we are on all social media platforms. So you could just DM us as well, the One and Only Publishing, on any of those platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn. So we're everywhere. So feel free to reach us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, folks, you heard it straight from the founder, Meme Mulugeta, founder of the One and Only Publishing and the permanent and incredibly awesome host of this podcast, the Called and Courageous podcast. Folks, if you have a book in you, let's get it out. Get to these folks. Get to these folks immediately and start working towards your dream. Remember, everybody, obedience is the true measure of success, and your life is proof.